Good morning, dear parents and families. My name is Grace Longe, and I am a Deputy Commissioner of Police. I got to know about the inner circle in 2021 when I was worried about the way my last son was growing. He turned 9 last month, June, and I had him after 11 years of marriage. I Having spent that long to wait for him, and after he arrived, the product I expected was that I should have done better than what I saw. And so I was not impressed at all. I began to ask questions, I began to search on the net, to read materials, how or what I was doing wrong that I needed to correct. And my friend and daughter, she told me about Coach Wendy. She gave me her number, and immediately I called her. I consulted with her. And the first thing she told me was that parenting is about you. It's not about your child. That those things I am seeing in my son are what I am. And therefore, I cannot give what I do not have. So I have to work on me. And I was kind of baffled because I did not really understand. I was like, if I am like this, then I am really not okay. But all the while before that day, I had always thought I was okay. And so he gave me an assignment that day to go back to my roots and write down things about how I was parented. That was a very hard task for me because I did not understand how connected they were. But as I registered in the inner circle and became a Yada, I got to understand that the way I was raised actually impacts on the way I raise my children. And so I began to follow her on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, until it was time for me to get into the inner circle. December 1st, 2022, I officially became a Yada. And the first task we got was to set our goals, parenting goals, establish our values, what do we stand for as a family, and that was the beginning of the journey. And so since I became a Yada, it has been from glory to glory, because not only has my motherhood been impacted, I have personally been overturned. All the courses on the inner circle, I do not miss any of them. And the biggest one for me was the dealing with parenting HOTS, because, like I said earlier on, I never had an idea that it had an impact on who I am and in my parenting subsequently. And it also had a very big impact on me as a police officer, because I I used to be a very emotional person while I was growing up. But along the line, I found out that the kind of duties I have been exposed to, my surroundings where I work, had impacted so much on me that I had lost my sense of feeling. I couldn't really, it didn't really make sense to me when somebody is crying. So, after the dealing with parenting hurts course, I got my emotions back. I can actually understand, empathize, and sympathize with people. And so for me, that was a game changer. I also saw that my son was also growing up to be somebody that even when I fake to be crying, he's not moved. Because there are some times that he does some kind of things that I actually feel like crying. I cannot cry. And I fake to cry and he just walks away. And that breaks my heart the more. But, after that course, I was able to also break it down to his own level, to be able to perform some of the exercises, the therapy with him. I also had a challenge with him that he could not sit down one place. In fact, if we go to church, he is everywhere. And I used to be so ashamed because my husband is a pastor and I am a deaconess. And so people will see him all over the place. He will be making noise. He will be playing. It was a lot of problems for me. And I know the daily connection tools too are also very, very fundamental, significant for me, because there are some of them that we have to sit down together and just focus on a particular point. Continuously doing that added up to him being able to sit down. And then there is also this understanding your child's learning style. It was also significant for me because he was not doing well academically. And I was wondering, I used to come first. And my father was very, very meticulous about keeping our results. So I will bring them out. I will look at them. And even my husband, he made a first class in law school. So I was wondering, how can my child not be able to, do well academically? And so that course made me to really understand who he is and how he learns. So the inner circle for me, my husband has not been in the inner circle body. From the daily connection tools, since he came back from his assignments, since he completed the assignment, we have been doing them together. And also because of the nature of my work, I was unable to follow up, diligently with the daily connection tools. And in fact, I could not even do my assessments with coach last year because I felt I did not do enough. So I had to voluntarily repeat level 1, which is what we are going through now. And I am so happy I did, because my performances of the daily connection tools this year has so improved, and I look forward to doing my assessments this year with coach. I urge you, if you are not yet in the inner circle, please run into the inner circle. As a law enforcement officer too, I've been able to trace several of the problems we have in the nation today, to I'm thinking whether I should call it wrongful parenting or, unintentional parenting, because you have a lot of parents who are not absent parents. They really do not care. Like coach will always say, you can be present, but without knowledge. You can be there with your children. Maybe you're not working. You are there with the children, but you don't know what to do with them. So it's like you're not there. So a lot of the challenges we have with our children, young men and women, running into problems here and there, societal, values are almost debased, non-existing. They are all traceable to the home where you have absent parents here and there. And so I recommend the inner circle for every parent. In fact, the government should adopt the inner circle as a prerequisite before any young man or woman enters into marriage. So it is the inner circle is a game changer anytime, any day. The resources and even the conference, the Fathers Conference, and then the TIP Annual Conference, the one for last year, was the Parenting Advantage. What can your children say about you? What can they say gave them an advantage because they are your children? All the speakers were just, in fact, the inner circle is not about church, but it is a ministry for me. It's a ministry for me because the kind of things that Coach Wendy says are not things that you hear everywhere. And they are not things that flesh and blood will reveal to you. It can only come to you as a function of your positioning in the spiritual. And so, whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, please run into the inner circle. The choice of speakers in the TIP conferences they are carefully selected by the Holy Spirit Himself to deliver value to every participant. So I am admonishing every yada. Don't just come alone, come with your family, come with your friends, and most importantly, come prepared, come expecting to receive and to implement. Remember, the Holy Book says that it is not enough for you to hear. It is in the doing that you get the message, that you get value. So don't just come taking notes and keeping your notes. Come with an intention to practicalize, to break down, and to contextualize within your own home, your family, the principles that are going to be delivered in the TIP Annual Conference. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coach Wendy. Thank you for your team. You guys are awesome. What you guys are doing, you are just bringing America down to Nigeria. Because talk of on time, talk of follow up, you are not found wanting. Thank you very much. Thank you, TIP. God bless you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Agility Obi Ihesie. I'm a Nigerian doctor. I'm a consultant pathologist based in Nigeria, and I'm the founder of Dr. Pure Joy Skincare. Now, Dr. Pure Joy Skincare is a brand which manufactures high-quality, world-class, nutrient-packed, high-performance skincare products that caters for both adults and children. Our products take care of skin conditions like dry, very dry, dull, dehydrated, damaged skin, inflammatory skin conditions, aging skin, whatever is threatening the health of your skin. We have products that are here to take care of your skin. And we are based in Nigeria, as we said, but we ship worldwide. And we have quite a number of clients in the diaspora with excellent reviews as well. So the next thing you're going to be seeing are pictures of our product and testimonial. Trust me, we're 100% Nigeria. I know we look so good, but we're 100% Nigerian. So we look forward to having you join our family of very satisfied clients. We want to take care of you. We want to help you have joy. When you look at your skin, you should feel joy, like your skin should be popping, you should be happy. So that's what we're here for, to do for you. So get ready to see the pictures and the testimonial. You can find us on social media. We're on Instagram and we also have a website. So our Instagram handle is at Dr. Purejoy Skincare, at Dr. Purejoy Skincare. And our website is www.skinbydrpurejoy.com. You can also reach us via WhatsApp or leave us a text message on 070-170-46467. So we look forward to hearing from you and we look forward to helping you get the best skin of your life. Thank you so much. There's the extra panel showing up.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. I'll be yours. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours.
Amazing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. It is TIP, the Intentional Parent Academy Annual Conference. It's happening live. And here we are on the 7th day. That's amazing. That's powerful. 7 good days. And today is the grand finale of this amazing conference. I'm so certain that we are all learning. My name is Chizurum Mbazwigwe. I'm a proud father of the TIP, the Intentional Parent Academy. I'm a proud father. I'm in the yard. And I'll be your host this evening, or it's morning or afternoon, wherever you're watching from. All right. And this is an amazing program put together by an amazing human being. And I want to say a very big thank you to Coach Wendy Ologe and the entire team of TIP for this wonderful program that has been impacting people, even without necessarily paying anything. All right, this is amazing. God bless you, Coach Wendy. God bless you, the entire team. And we are here again. Woo! The last session has been a bomb. I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Louisa. It was really from a heart of a mother that she spoke. It was wonderful. The topic was parenting now war. So I'm sorry if you're not a Nigerian, you need to learn this. Parenting now war. So, and that is it. Parenting is war. That's what it is. All right. And she was able to explain what war is. We are ready. Then you personalize it. I am ready. You can go into parenting without being ready. All right. So I want you to, if you've been in this program for 7 days and you've been gaining something, it's been making sense to you, and this has been an amazing session, I want you to say with a one word in the comment section how this section has been for you, right? For me, it has been an extraterrestrial, like this is above this word. Having to put something together in this magnificent manner. So I want to see what this has been for you. I'm waiting you in the comment box there. Yes, just a one word. What has this session been for you? Mind blowing. I could see Ngozi said, mind blowing, so awesome, a wholesome, life changing, fantabulous, phenomenal, mind blowing, mind shift, booster. Woo! This is terrific, fantastic, empowering, parenting, Shiloh. Wow! Eye opener, awakening, phenomenal, eye opener, transformational. Awesome. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Coach Wendy, you have caused a commotion in the entire world, and this is a good thing that the name of the Lord will definitely be praised, that families are being transformed by this. And we are grateful to be learning this today. And thank you for all the speakers. But today is another amazing session. Gang. This is second to the last session. So, don't finish after this. Wait for the next session. But this session, this particular session, hey, you get to get everything ready because flood on Abia. I'm sure somebody understands that. All right. So this session is going to be so powerful. But before we go further, I don't know if there's any more commercials we want to roll up. All right. They're the team. We can roll up the commercials now. Before
my name is Ebuka Ede. I'm a husband. I'm a father, and I'm a member of the Inner Circle of the Intentional Parents Academy. TIP Inner Circle has been one of the best things that's happened to me. I have a daughter of 3. I have foster sons, that are in their teenage age, and even those that are above the teenage age. When I joined TIP last year, my daughter was still 2, and then my foster son, it was really tasking as I had a lot of things to do, my schedules, it was really clashing. At some point I was like, can I go on? Can I continue? I was like, okay, maybe I'll suspend it for another year. And I was just in the midst of that confusion last year. And when I came into one of the sessions one day, I haven't told Coach about it, and I can't remember what she said. I remember one of those sessions, after I had that thought, Coach was talking about having time. She kept saying, I have time to parent my children. I have time. It hit me. And I felt God was talking to me. And I told myself, I kept saying throughout that session, I have time. I have time to parent my children. I have time to parent my children, and I'm going to take this up. And one major lesson that I learned at the Inner Circle is that parenting is first about you. And I am first a father before I'm even a boys coach. And that is what God is going to really ask or require of me. How have I been able to raise my own children? I became intentional, attending classes, learning, equipping myself. I drew a structure. I was working with a structure, and that was one of the things we learned at Inner Circle, having a structure that works, having an effective structure, knowing that this time is allocated, these things are important, and I could see it playing out in my life and the way I raise my children. Last week, my wife told me, wow, I really love the way you parent, our children. I can see results, I can see transformation in their life. In fact, she said, I need to join TIP immediately, Inner Circle immediately, because I can see it working. Even before your child is born, you need to start learning. Even while you are married or even preparing for, you need to start learning. As a toddler, I learned a lot in connecting. I could see that in my daughter. She can connect, she can speak, she can identify her body parts, she knows what to do, she knows when somebody is going beyond boundaries. She herself understands boundaries. She knows that, adult phones are for adults. Hearing the voice of Coach Wendy, the bishop, every day, just like God is speaking, the arrows just keep coming, and you are just awakening. Every session is an awakening for me. And people just tell me, how do you relate with this voice so easily? I just smile, and I know that what I'm learning from TIP is in sex conversation, is in connecting, is in building relevant skills. You could see the result practically in my children. You could see it even playing out in my own marriage. Just helps everything, realign everything about you. And for me, I keep saying, Inner Circle is one of the best things that has happened to me. When I see the testimonies at TIP, I'm like, wow, I'm a living testimony. I keep saying we need to compile a book of our testimonials, and let the world see the transformation that we need. If every parent is in TIP, as in the transformation we need in the world, will just happen to us if we are ready to do the work. I'm having a beautiful family, a beautiful home, because I'm open to learning despite all that I know. And I want to implore every father here, we need you at the Inner Circle. Sometimes I wish every father can just be part of what is happening at the Inner Circle, because it's a 360 turnaround, knowing where you need to be involved and how, the tools, and there is no way you will practice these tools and not see results. It's not possible. It's not possible. You must see results. And the crisis we're having at home, the disconnection of children with fathers, a lot of women are doing everything on their own. And it's just so beautiful when both partners work together to ensure that the children are raised. There's just a difference. I implore every father to be part of this, to do all you can to be in this. You will thank me later and say, thank you, that coach, for helping me join. That's why I'm a coach. I'm training everybody. I'm learning because I cannot fail as a parent because I'm a coach. Thank you, Coach Wendy. Thank you, TIP. Thank you, Inner Circle. Thank you, fathers that are listening to me. And I want to see you at the TIP, at the Inner Circle next year. I want it to be a harvest of fathers, because we are rising up to make the change. Thank you.
This is TIP Podcast.
Ebuka Obika Ede is a boys' men development coach, founder Save the Boys Initiative, and convener of the Boys Leadership Academy. He is into boys development and youth mentoring. He does this through mentoring, coaching, and training them in life, leadership, and purpose, also by acting as parent partner. He sees to the total development of boys and advocates for their well-being. He has certificates in emotional intelligence, teens mentoring, and organizational leadership. He is a graduate of sociology with MSc in organizational leadership in view. He also has a certificate in non-profit leadership management course from Lagos Business School. For over a decade, Ebuka has taught boys, teenagers and youth in a unique, practical, and humorous way to learn personal responsibility, breaking and overcoming addictions, and leadership. Ebuka is a TEDx speaker and also speaks at youth conferences, seminars, schools, churches, youth, and parent platforms. He offers consultancy services for individuals and families. As a way of sharing feedback from his experiences with the boys, he convenes the Boys Leadership Academy, Total Men Online Summits, mentoring clubs for boys, and convenes the annual International Boys Conference, all serving as platforms to train boys and men on how to lead positive and productive lives. Ebuka received the National Volunteers Award in 2020 on his work for humanity and was listed among the top 10 finalists for Nigeria Diversity Award. He is the author of The Journey into Manhood, a great resource for boys and young men. Ebuka is happily married to Ruth, and their union of over 5 years is blessed with one biological daughter and many foster sons. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Intentional Parents Annual Conference 2023, Ebuka Obika Ede.
Incredible, incredible, incredible. This is, I mean, I don't know the word again to use. So beautiful to have you here. Right, he is here, King of Boys. Coach Ebuka, welcome. Hello.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. Thank you.
How
Thank
you
you for having me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm eating chips and chicken. I'm good. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. We're happy to have you here. And you know, as usual, we're ready to hear from you and to learn from your wealth of knowledge. Right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, without wasting much time, because I know you're loaded, so I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to allow you hit the floor, hit the road, and give us all you have. God bless you. You have the floor now.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me. So I don't know why this. I'm in with two devices just in case this one goes out. I've been trying different devices, and it's giving me a lot of issues. I don't know why this. The UK people. I don't know what people did to this network. I don't know why they followed me here. All right. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Mama. I know you're getting set for the anointing service. I want to quickly talk and run so that anointing will not hit me on this place. All right. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm having a bit of network issue. Just in case this goes off, I will use another device. Okay. I want to greet all the UK yadas and parents for taking care of me with all the burgers and the chips and the chicken and the coffee and everything. I'm going back to eat Afan very soon. Okay, thank you so much for coming. I've been listening and following the conference. It's been a great time of learning and exposure. What do we say? Where do we start from? And I've been given this very, very wonderful topic on raising, an army. All right. Can you hear me loud and clear? Is my network okay? I want to be sure my network is good. Please, can you hear me loud and clear? Can you confirm? Because somebody just said something about my network. Is it okay? My network okay? Raising an army for separation. Oh, very okay. Fantastic. That's what I'm talking about. Raising an army for separation. So what we are raising is an army. What we are raising is an army. What we are raising is an army, and an army is an organized military force equipped for fighting. Armies fight. Armies are not photographers. Armies are not cake bakers. What armies are raised for is to fight. And even when God said that our children are like arrows, which means God has even prepared prepared them for battle. An army is an organized group of people that are equipped. Their goal is to fight. Their mission is to fight. Their agenda is to fight, to win, to defeat, to take territories. That is what an army is. And we have been commissioned to raise an army. An army for separation, and that's what we're talking about. And so you can only pass the baton to a child who is an army if you yourself have also been trained to be that army. If you also understand what it means to be an army, because you cannot pass a baton to someone who does, when you don't understand the template, when you don't understand the way, when you don't understand how it's being done. So what we are raising is an army that are equipped to fight. Armies with ammunition, armies with an ideology, army with a purpose, with a goal, that are ready to fight. So when we lack understanding of this, we begin to raise our children in a different light. And that's why we are seeing a lot going on in our time. And people are asking, where are the children? What is really happening in our time? So we need to raise children who are raised with the mindset of a soldier. Not cartoon oriented, not pixel oriented, not fun oriented, not pleasure oriented, but gallantly as an army and oriented. So that's what we are seeing in our time. Children who lack understanding of the vision, of the purpose, of the pursuits, and the ripple effect is devastating. All right, so we're looking for a generation that will become an army. And they will keep passing that baton from one generation to the other. And that's what makes the difference. And that's how we raise people who can bring about the societal transformation, influencing their affair, influencing wherever they are as a people. So what kind of a parent are you? What is the nature of the children we are raising? Most of our children, they are not military oriented though. Some of them are cartoon oriented. Some of them are game oriented. We are raising an army of gamers. We need an army of fighters, because people who win war are fighters, skilled fighters. Something happened on my way to the UK. A young boy sat next to me. Yes, a young boy sat next to me. I was trying to catch some rest because I was really tired for the journey. And after the time, he asked me, "Are you okay? Do you need something?" I said, "I'm fine." They were sharing something. He helped me to get mine. He saw that I was even trying to check something on the screen in front of me, and he offered to help me. He was so nice. I said, "This is God, as if God has given me one disciple." He was really, really nice. Very nice young man. So when we got to the UK, I just I think I joined him from that flight from Istanbul. So I just moved my backpack, and I wanted to give him some copies of my books that I had, Puberty in Boys. So this young man, let me just help you, say thank you, because it was really nice. So I brought out that book. I said, "Thank you so much for being so nice. I appreciate you. I have this copy of this book, my book, Puberty in Boys, to give you, just to say thank you." He said, "I am not a boy, I'm a girl." And here the sister laughed. Like, it was like, "Welcome." You see, I was looking at him all through, like, "You're not a boy, you're a girl. How? Young man." And the Lord told me, "Welcome." We need an army to combat such nonsense, to combat such in our society. It's an army that has understanding, that is skillful, that can fight and win. And when I was praying and praying for this session, one story came to me, and that was the story of David. The Bible says that in the time of springs, when king went to war, David stayed back. At the time of springs, when kings went to war, one king stayed back. And what happened? So a naked woman, and committed an act that led to a generational reproach that happens in the family from one child to the other. But do you know when that happened? At the time of spring, when kings went to war. It happened at the time of spring when kings went to war. When you stay back during war as a parent, calamity befalls. Oh, let me just have some time. It's not that serious. Let's just have some time. At the time of spring, when kings went to war, we are raising an army of fighters. You, as an army, do you understand that mentality as a parent? This man stayed back while people were warring, and he saw what he was supposed to see. And that brought about a generational trauma and pain to the family. I know what God was telling me, that when the season of war, a lot of parents are staying back. When the time of deep war, a lot of parents are staying back. At the time of spring, when kings went to war, David stayed back. Where are you in this season of war? In this time of fighting? And that relaxation, that pleasure, that funfair, that time of just trying to have some fun and do some things, when others were fighting, brought about a mistake that was generational. And I see that happen in our time. When we are at war, a lot of people are at ease. And the Lord said, woe to those who are at ease in Zion. You cannot be at ease at war. You cannot be relaxing when it's war. Because the people that are after the soul of our children are on the war front. They are warring with ammunitions. But those that stayed back saw what they were not supposed to see. Where are you now as a parent? Where are we in this season when there is war? Some have stayed back in all manner of things that are not necessary and not needed on the journey at this time. And this man made a mistake that even led to the death of a child and all manner of things that his children kept doing from one generation, from one lineage to the other. Why? He stayed back when it was time for war. Well, are we at ease in Zion? Are the signs not glaring? Are we not seeing the clouds gathering for a heavy rain? Why are we at ease? Why are we still relaxed? Why are we complacent in this season? You cannot win this war if you're not also an army. Our children can also win this war if they are not equipped from our end to shoot and fire the missiles. What are we doing in this season? And as I read that story, I was just thinking and I was praying, really? Is that where it all started? And what are parents doing in this season? When others are warring, we are behind. Do you know Wambe? We are behind. Following celebrities, we are behind. Having fun. And I said in the last conference that we had, that war, it's not a place for selfie. It's not a place for show me your back. It's not a place for shaky bum bum. It's a place to fight. I have heard some cases in my work with boys that sometimes I go back and I weep and I'm like, how did this child get to this point? That's just to show the intensity of the battle, the intensity of the war, the severity of the war. In the time of war, it's not a time for joke. It's not a time for cruise. It's a time for business. Our soldiers are being slain in the battlefield. Our children are becoming victims. Our children are slain on the altar of pornography, on the altar of gaming, on the altar of irresponsibility, on the altar of lowering standard at the war front. And I'm asking, can we not see that we are at war? What are you doing at home when the war is going on? What are you lying on the bed doing when there's war ahead? And this man came and said, woman, should you see? When you are not at the right place at the right time, that is how you see things and bring things into your homes and families that will cause a generational trauma. Where are we at this season? I'll say more things about it, but there were two people that really came to me. And the second person was Lot. There was something that happened in the scripture when some group of homosexuals came to have sex with the angel that came to visit Lot. And Lot said something that shocked me. He said, oh, please don't touch this angel. I have 2 virgin daughters that I can give you. You can do anything with them. What? I have 2 daughters. And as I was reading that, I was imagining, how can I carry my 2 daughters and give to hoodlums and say, sleep with them, do anything, just go, there's no problem. But this man was ready to give his 2 virgin daughters for hoodlums because he was not ready to fight. What Lot faced at that time was a war. There was a decision for him to come out and fight or give his children. And Lot chose to give his daughters. And that is the time we are in as a people, where there's a conscious effort. Is either you come out and fight or give me your children. The same thing that Lot faced is what we are having in this time. It's either you come out and fight or you give me your daughters. It's either you come out and fight or you give us our demand. And Lot chose to give his 2 daughters. You know what happened? For them to be raped. Thank God that we are spared. But later, those his daughters actually taught him the real rape because they raped their father and got pregnant for their father. Where did they see that? They saw that the father was ready to give them to be raped. The same thing the father was trying to do, they did a double portion of that to the father. The war you don't fight, the war you don't confront as a parent comes back to you in double folds. And it was so shameful. His daughters, his own biological daughters, raped him and got pregnant. Where did it start? When he said, not my house, not my children, he was ready to give in. Where are we as parents? Some of us are getting tired. This thing we're saying is too much. I cannot kill myself. And things are not like that. It's not hard now. This parenting is not that serious. We just make it too serious in this TIP. Things are not just like that. The world is not easy. Let's just allow them. Don't be like Lot, because the pain of regret is generational. What came back to him is not what anybody should face. Where are our children? Where are our children in this season? Have you given your children, sacrificed them to the screen for cartoon? Have you given them and sacrificed them just the way Lord will say, take my children? Have you given them? Some of us are giving our children to all manner of lifestyle, either consciously or unconsciously. And that is what came to my heart strongly. There are lots in this place who are saying, take my virgin daughters, take my children, and unconsciously we are giving away on the altar of ignorance. And the ripple effect of that, when it comes back, is not where anybody wants to be. Are you ready for war? So being at war is coming out like Lots and saying, not my household. I know what to do. I have the knowledge, I have the skills, I have the admonitions, I have the strategy to make sure you don't penetrate my house. And we saw a woman who fought that war like Jochebed. There was a war declared over boys that every male child should be killed. Jochebed said, no, the same thing happened between Jochebed and Lord. But Jochebed said, not my own son, not my own seed, because I know what he was created for. And she warred. You know what it means to leave your whole work? That means that woman resigned from every work she was doing to go and serve in the palace and raise that child for what he become. That is being intentional at war. She was ready to give in seed that saved the world. Imagine Moses was killed. Imagine Moses was killed. That is war. Imagine Jesus was killed because Mary faced the same thing. I don't know how she ran with a newborn baby, but she knew it was war. I don't even know how she had to travel far when she was pregnant. She knew it was war, and this seed separation. That is tomorrow. Have you recovered from the impact of those armies? No. That is what it means to raise an army. Have you recovered from the impact of that army of Moses, of Jesus? No. That is what it means, that your children unborn will feel the intense pressure from the impact of that army. Are you a Jochebed or you a Lot? Weaklings, cowards who give up as battle. I refuse to give in. There is war. Can't you see? Can't you see that the curriculum is being changed? Can't you see that the cartoons are being changed? Can't you see that those animations are being infiltrated? Can't you see what is on the media? What are you listening to in your house? Can't you see that that music is terrible? How can war be in your home and you are dancing to the drum of their own war? They are warring in your house and you are dancing to their drum. No more Jacob, no more Moses is going. We are at war, raising an army for separation. And that's the question I want to ask you. I don't care if you're in the inner circle. You can be in the inner circle and your life is in circle. If you don't put knowledge, if you don't put the process, nothing happens. Oh yes. Are you a Jochebed or you are a Lot? An army for separation. And I tell parents, there's no emergency. We have not prepared for war. It's emergency that is now war. No, there's a process. I tell people there's no emergency in parenting. It's not an ICU where they want to come and pray too quick. There's no emergency in parenting. You have to go to the process. I don't have emergency services. No, I don't have an ICU. We have a word, you come in, we treat you and take you through the process. I don't have an ICU. Parenting is not an emergency. If it was an emergency, God wouldn't have given you 18 years. If it's an 18 years, God means it's not emergency. You have 18 solid years, meaning it's a process. You cannot turn back on that. You have that time to prepare that child to be separated and win a war. When you sit back from war, calamity hits you. When you mix it in war, calamity hits. Where are we at this season? Where are we in this time, in this overwhelming situation where it seems as if darkness is having a field day and we are bankrolling it? Like every trend is coming, we are here. Oh, the food is done now. BB Nigeria is out. The food is done. You will sit and watch. I was talking with a child who told me, I was having a session with a child who I was talking about this now. I was talking about the shows. Mommy asked me to watch this thing to just while away time while I wait for you, but I told her it was right. I was shocked that the boy was the one correcting the mother that is not even healthy for children. How can we be at war and we are dancing to their drums? There's no trend in this thing. We are the one that we create the atmosphere we want for this season. We can watch darkness steal our seed. Where are we in this season? Where are we in this time? Where are our children? Who are those that are saying, like Jochebed, this seed cannot be lost. This seed cannot go. And we go through all it takes and apply the strategy to ensure that this seed is won. I want to give you examples of people that have seen that when I'm talking about raising an army for separation. I'm going to be sharing a lot of scriptural examples, but everybody can relate. When we're talking about an army of separation, this time I'm talking to the boy, I use the story of Joseph. I'm like, God, what did the father do to Joseph that a president's wife, Joseph Jacob, fine boy, the Bible described that he was handsome. Come lay with me. Nobody was watching. That woman can give anything in a foreign land. And this man said, how can I do this wicked thing and sin against God? That is an army. That is a one-man army of separation. Who was saying, I'm not careful to answer you, madam. I'd rather go to jail than compromise. How was that army raised? And that's what I'm talking about. Armies like Daniel, who saw lion and said, let lion eat me. Eat me, Eat bone, eat my flesh, and let me die, but I can't bow to you. Armies like those 3 Hebrew boys who saw fire and they were ready to enter and burn. That is an army. I think one of my mentees chatted me last week. I said, Coach, it's in a football academy, big one. I said, Coach, my roommates brought a girl to have sex with in the room, and I told him it can't happen in this room. It can't happen in this room. You taught me that 2 years ago, and I can't forget it. I told him, not in this room. It can't happen. We pay the rent together, so you can't bring immorality here. I said, that's what I told him. Hope that is. I said, yes, that's very right. I said, you're an army. You're an army. Darkness cannot prevail around you. That is an army. We have children who cannot even say no. No to. We need to raise an army. Gross darkness have covered the people, not just darkness. Gross darkness. The light that will shine is an army. The light that will shine on gross darkness, it has to be an army. It's not jelly. It's not fake. Those who roll at the sight of, you will not have popcorn today, they are scattered. You will not watch this thing today, they insult you and bang the door. No. We are raising an army to confront darkness. But what is happening in the world is such that an army needs to arise. What do we need to see in that army? And that is one of the things I want to tell you. Armies are people that have been released from their comfort zone. Yes. They don't fight war in the parlor, not in the sitting room, not in the bedroom, not on DSTV. They don't fight war inside. It's not in Disney. You fight war in the field, and you are separated from your comfort zone. Armies are people who understand living their comfort zone. If you must raise that army, then that child must be weaned from the comfort zone. It must be weaned from breast milk. I've said it over and over again. It must be weaned from breast milk. You see 10 years old who can beat themselves, 10 years old who can say no, 10 years old who eat 10 times a day. They are not weaned. They are not separated. An army is a boy, a girl that be separated from his comfort zone. And that's why they say, take your children to camps, trainings. We just did the UK boot camp, and it was a lot of things. A lot of stretching. I had to stretch. Stretch. We are not in a fun fair. Stretch. We are not in a spa. We are in a field that we must win. Stretch. Some of our children are so complacent. I saw complacency, and I'm like, God, even somebody who lacks knowledge should not even raise this. We need armies. Win them from their comfort zone. Win them. You cannot wake up by 6 a.m. and take tea and egg, 9 a.m. shawarma and geisha, 11 a.m. popcorn and juice, 12 p.m. this and that, 9 a.m. Army is not for base people. You need strength and agility. You cannot be eating like anyhow in the war front. Because they eat anyhow, that's why they go out and they cannot say anything to anyhow. They cannot say no to anyhow because they have been accustomed to taking whatever they want. Highly entitled, no discipline, no responsibility. They can take care of their immediate environment. Win! Armies are people who have been separated from their comfort zone. People who have been weaned. People who have been separated the wheat from the chaff. Sieve that child. Sieve the child. Let the chaff go away. Sieve the child. Sieve the child. Save the child from breast milk, madam. Save the child. Save the child. 10 years old is not a baby. What you are facing. I was talking with a boy recently, and the way this boy was defending rubbish at 10, I was cringing. I'm like, what are you saying? Defending a sexually distortion and the group. Oh my God, I wept. Save your child. An army is a people that have been separated from their comfort zone. So Secondly, an army is a group of people who understand the strategy and are able to use the ammunition. There's one thing to have the ammunition, is another thing to be able to use it effectively in the field. How can we bring our children to this place where they understand skill? How one shot can pull 10 down? Because when we change the total, two put 10,000 to flight. So you are. So we can see at this time that we need teams and tribes when we are building a force as parents and your children to put 10,000 to flight. Not families where the mother is fighting, the father is quiet, or the father is fighting, the mother is quiet. Why are you celebrating 1,000 now? You have capacity to do 10,000. Not put them to a row, but put them to flight. And as a man, you are not available, you are not there, you are not giving. All he needs women are learning too much. They're just collecting money from you people and deceiving you people. 10,000 to flight, sir. 1,000 is far below the standard. Don't celebrate mediocrity. We need to awake to this season where we must raise change agents. Let your children understand comfort zone and how to stretch. Do they know how to use by the knowledge that have been imparted what to do in this season? I did something recently about Esther. And I don't know how Mordecai built Esther to the extent that when Esther was in the palace, she was still listening. And even when they were saying, these people are going to be killed, Mordecai sent the message to you, say, you're not spared, though. You're not spared. You're not spared. If you don't arise to fight, you're not spared. And she could fight because she had been taught how to fight. And she was still able to listen. In the place where she understood she was in the midst of comfort, but she refused to be like Moses, who called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, because he knew that they were there for an assignment for a time as that. I don't have much to say because I want to close and just give us time to really go back and reflect. With this attack opposition that is coming, what do we have to fight? Do we have an organized set of people who are ready to fight? Are they with the ammunition? Are they trained? I want to say after comfort zone, what training, what equipping, what camps in this season? Take them to camps, stretch, training. Just be a UK boot camp, and but Abuja camp is coming up. I think Coach Tima is starting Lagos camp next week. Abuja camp is coming. Stretching, equipping, brooding, teaching, putting it on the inside. You must win this war. You must win this war. You must be separated for this battle. You must be separated for this battle at this season. These are the things I want you to do. Is those army. Stretch. Let them come out from the comfort zone. Let them understand that we're in a war. That's why the Bible said there are arrows. Arrows is not for playing 10-10. Arrows is for shooting. It's for killing. It's for pulling down. It's for putting things down. As arrows in the hands of a mighty man, that's what they are. And it's not in the hands of in the hands of a mighty man. So you must have understanding to be able to use that arrow effectively. So we have so many arrows that either not sharpen, or you don't know the skill on how to sharpen that arrow to shoot. Why are you wasting arrows that God has given us? God has given us arrows that must not be wasted. And as I close, I want to say to us as parents, we have seen from the life of David how staying back at war caused that pain and what it did to the family. What must we do? What do we want to do as parents? And there's just one thing I want to say to parents. As I was reading that story, when the prophet came to David to tell David what has happened, and he gave David an illustration of a man who had a lot of sheep, and he had another neighbor that had just one. But when he had a visitor, instead of taking from his many, he went to take from that man's sheep. And the man was crying. And he killed the only one that had. When they asked him what should happen to that man, he said, no, that man should be killed. He's a wicked man. He's a wicked man. But the prophet said to him, you are that man. As we are talking, what we are saying is not for outsiders, it's for us. We must come to that place of realization that I am the one. I am that mighty man that must set these arrows to flight. I know what to do. I know I have the knowledge and the discipline to do what it takes. I am that one. I refuse to be permissive. I refuse to sit back at war. I refuse to sit back and just watch things happen. I refuse to sit back and allow my children just exposed to content and things that they shouldn't. I am the one. I refuse to be careless. I refuse to expose them just the way Lot was ready to expose them. I refuse to expose them to a life of gossip, to all manner of shows and things that are not relevant for this season. You are that man. We as that people raising an army for separation. And also arise and begin to redeem the time because the days are evil. Thank you so much for listening. I'll just take a few questions.
Fabulous, fabulous. Thank you, Coach Ebuka. As always, your message is on point, and I know that anyone who listens and is inspired by the Holy Spirit will never take this for granted. It is something that will awaken the person to action. Thank you so much, and God bless you. All right, and now, Coach Wendy, you want to say something? Can you hear me? Hello?
I think she's muted or something.
Okay, so Coach Ebuka, as usual, we'll give you a little break, and we'll take a quick commercial break now. But then if you have questions, please, let's make this a SAP because the next session is coming up. So if you have questions, put it in the comment section immediately. We can attend to few questions. Immediately we come back from this break if you're having a break now. Yeah, Coach Wendy, you're back.
Yes, Chizurum, thank you so much. And thank you, Ebuka. Ebuka, why is your video off? Thank you, Ebuka, for being here.
Are you seeing me now?
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for always being at the platform to share your wealth of knowledge. You know, when Ebuka started the conversation, I'm going to be sharing something with you about what happened to Lot and how I will share it with you in the next session. You want to be there. And, you know, I've not had a conversation with Ebuka about this session. Never. I never have any conversation with any speaker about the TIP annual conference. It's intentional because I understand that the TIP annual conference is created on a premise of, you know, the prophetic. So many of the times, all the times, not many of the times, we never have conversations. So this is how you're going to say it. So this is what you need to say. Oh, this is the angle I'm going to come from. So you say it from here. And I'm sure that when I speak at the battlefield of parenting at 8 o'clock, you understand why I made this statement that I made. I am really grateful, Ebuka. You know that I love you. You know that anytime, any day. So thank you for always being here. And I do not think I can see any question here. All right, Ebuka will say, flood Nabia, get into the ark. So, flood Nabia, get into the ark. All right, it was from Ebuka I first heard. He said, the inner circle is an ark for me, coach. That's the way he said it to me. It was a private conversation. It wasn't a public conversation. He said, the inner circle is an ark for me. That's where the people in the inner circle do not even understand what it is that happens. You know, that I understand that this is an act of separation for me. And this is what, in fact, that's the first. So if you hear me say an act, it's not from me. It was not my original word. It was Ebuka's original word. And if you've ever heard flood in Abia, it was from Ebuka too. I didn't say that. Ebuka was the one that told us loudly that if you are not in the inner circle, that's the act. That when the flood comes, it will sweep you away. And I am very grateful for this session. You know, somebody said, where do you get information about camp? So, okay, so follow Coach Ebuka. So we're going to let Ebuka go soon so that we would also be able to prepare for the last grand finale of the session. And we also have an interview that is supposed to happen after this session. So, Ebuka.
There are a few questions here.
Ebuka, please put in your Instagram handle. I do not think that the team got that right. Put it in the private chat so that we can project it right on the screen. And of course, you know how we do it. Make sure that you go and follow Ebuka. Go and follow Ebuka. So Ebuka, you know, there are people that I call sons of the prophet. Ebuka is one of the sons of the prophet on this platform. If you know, you know. All right. So go and rave over Ebuka, all right, on Instagram. I would love that very much. If you do that, it is me you are honoring, really. All right. And that is one thing that I would love you to do. If you want to find details about the camp, please send him a DM on Instagram, and all of the details will be given to you. I'm sure if you're a Yada, you already know what my my stand on your children being on camp is. You already know. Right? Yadas already understand that camping is part of your test launch. You know, you know, test anything. Bah? Aha. So, of course, run. And Chizurum, over to you. We have the next 5 minutes to round off.
All right. Thank you so much. I think that's the best answer you've given so far. For them, any questions, these questions, you can actually get them when you follow Coach Ebuka. You will understand more, yes, and even better. And then more importantly, the TIP is there for you. Honestly speaking, for me, I will speak to the fathers. If you are here, you are a father. Look at Coach Ebuka is a handsome father. Look at him. And he's in TIP. I am in TIP. I have 4 children, a girl and 4 boys. I'm not joking. I don't want to joke. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to be, behind why the war is, there happening. So if you're a father, nothing should stop you from being here. Gone are the days when we leave our wives to go there and be doing this thing. Come in and learn and take charge so that you can pioneer your family. You lead your family to the right path. So I charge you, all the fathers here, let's not let these women take over the family. Family we are the priests of the home. So that's what I would say. You need to come and join TIP. Sign up for this training, because all what we have been getting through these sessions, they are tips. They are tips, and you can never use tape. Tape, something at the tip. You can't use it. You can't go far. You need to come in and sit down to be able to learn and understand how to deal with these things and get the result. So, that is it for today. It's been an amazing session, and I am grateful. We have been learning, my wife and I. My wife is working. We even have a baby in 10 days ago, and she's still working. I'm here. We can't dull ourselves. There is no moment to rest. It's a moment to war. It's a moment to face the reality and deal with it. If we don't get the knowledge now to do this work, then you will suffer and you will be in pain. And that is why you have to do the work now. So, there is nothing else I can tell you. The best gift, as even Coach Ebuka said during his review, the best gift you can get is to be in Inner Circle, learn, and be able to do this yourself. So thank you so much, Coach Ebuka, for this wonderful knowledge you have given to us. You've inspired many. You can see the comment box is buzzing. A lot of people are so inspired each time you speak. Coach Wendy, your work, this is a sign that your work is showing, right? So it is not hidden, as the Bible says, that light, cannot be under the table,
No,
so it's so clear and glaring,
Actually say that snake does not give birth to a lion, have you? That's
exactly. Exactly. So it must be Argo. That's the truth.
Over to you, Ebuka. Your last words as we
I don't know
close.
whether is there are still people in this world that are not in inner circle. Where are they? Where are they? That can be no, if you are not in, I don't know. I mean, you don't know the flood is coming. It has even flood Abiago. It has changed from Nabia. It is here now. Flood Abiago. If he flood Abiago, better enter before the door of the ark closes. I don't, if there's anybody not in the inner circle, please just run in. All right, people have been asking, is Jesus Physical Boot Camp? We have an online academy also going on 6 to 12 August. We have almost 300 boys registered. We just have few slots to close because we have a quota. So if you have your sons anywhere around the world, please quickly register and join. Our books, 3 books are out. I have to follow my lion cannot give birth to a goat now. Our books, anything you say they are saying in the world about boys and sexuality, we have our own materials to counter and say the truth. Run and get them. Drink from this river and be overwhelmed, and you will not regret it. I'm here, wonderful time with the boys in the UK. These are product of what we are learning. Mama will say, run and actualize it. I'm coming to give reports, ma, and it's a blazing fire. Please let's join in this fire and see what will happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ebuka. Ebuka, I am so proud of you. I cannot say that enough. You are a blessing to mentorship system. Every time that I say it, I say that when some people I've worked with get me to the point where I get to understand that mentorship is a blessing of the Lord, really, and I am so grateful. I am blessed. So you have met another son of the prophet. We're many. All right, there are very many, very many, but very few. When I mean many, I mean one man can be 1,000. All right, the people I have behind me, they are like one man, 1,000. Thank you so much, Ebuka. Please follow Coach Ebuka, and you will be doing me a favor. All right, to go and rave over a son of the prophet. Yes, go and follow Coach Ebuka now and begin to rave over him. Send him a DM. Don't tell him you listen to him. You are anonymous. Don't follow anonymously. Don't follow in the night. Follow in the daytime. And send him a DM and say you are grateful for an amazing session. Thank you again, Ebuka. We're going to let you go as we bring in the official MC of the TIP Academy, who is already here waiting to be here with one of our sponsors. Over to you, Joy.
Hello, good evening, Coach. It's so good to see you today, the grand finale of the TIP Annual Conference. And I'm here with one of our sponsors. Every time you see me, you know I'm about to interview one of our sponsors. Hello there, Mr. Aniek Pena. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. It's good to meet you, sir. Can you introduce yourself and your brand to us?
My name is Anyekweno Ndomio. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Tio. Now, Tio is a self-tutoring app for school children between the ages of 5 and 17 that enables them to independently study their school curriculum work and explore extracurriculum lessons created by their teachers or other independent educators on the platform.
Oh, interesting. So what inspired you to build this idea, this self-tutoring app? What's the inspiration behind it?
The inspiration came from my mom. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. My mom is a teacher. She retired as a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up seeing her teach both in church and at school. Now, one particular, event stood out to me. There was this girl or this lady, by all appearances, and everyone could just tell her that she was not really good at academics, and my mom was teaching accounting, and everyone had given up on her. She was not good, and basically people were just calling her a dunce. So something happened. My mom took her under her tutelage, under her mentorship, and started personalizing the way she was going about educating her. The girl's mom was, she ran a kiosk, a daily need shop in the neighborhood. So my mom was going to the shop almost on a daily basis, using real life scenarios at the shop to teach her how accounting relates to what her mom is doing, thereby relating what was in school with what was happening at home.
Yes.
And from being the lowest in the class to becoming the top one of the top students in the class, it really helped me to understand that yes, they are not dull students. You don't have dull students, you just have bad teaching. Most of us can most of us can relate to things like this. Personally, myself, I didn't like economics because of a particular teacher.
I didn't like maths.
This subject. Oh, I didn't like math. I didn't like this subject because of this teacher.
I know.
And all of that. So when I got into tech, I decided to research methods that would enable us to teach better. Now, combining artificial intelligence with gamification, we have been able to create a platform that adapts itself according to the students' needs. So if you have dyslexic students or autistic child, or a child that has particular learning difficulties with maybe numbers or reading, the app using artificial intelligence can perceive these and now come up with recommended learning paths for that child to minister to that child's particular needs. Yes.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Are there any other special features you'd like to share with us? I particularly love this aspect of customizing. So automatically, artificial intelligence just customize to help children with learning disabilities.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Are there any other features you'd like to share with us?
Yes. So with Tio, we meet the child or the student where he or she is at the moment. So if your child is particularly very bright or intelligent and is looking to take on more challenges, the platform would step up, right? Would grade, recognize that, yes, and step up the level or difficulty levels to what the child is learning. Yes. And if you have a child that
beautiful.
It's doing quite below standard, right? The platform would meet the child at that level and coach that child up. That's part of what we
beautiful.
Yes, tailored education is one of the features on the platform. Now we also apply gamification, like I mentioned earlier, to make the learning experience interactive, right? So we apply things like virtual simulation, 3D animation, and we make the content interactive. So the child learning from a platform is actually an active participation. You're actively interactive with the content instead of passively sitting down to watch a video or something. And then
this is just beautiful.
Thank you so much.
This is beautiful. So the question on all parents' lips right now is, when are you launching, or have you launched? When are you launching?
So we are launching in September. We are launching in September, with the start of the new school year. And we are doing a special promo for parents in the TIP, right? So in preparation for the September launch, we are building a discount list. So just by going to our website at hellotio.com, you can join a discount list and you'll be entitled to a 50% discount on our subscription fee when we launch for life. So what that means, we would want to, on our premium offer, we would want to charge 7,000 Naira monthly subscription, but we're giving you at 3,500 for life. So if you can subscribe in September once we launch, you'll be getting it at 3,500 for the rest of, for the rest of your life. You can say that.
I am sure the parents are really, really, really wild right now. Thank you so much for that discount. So, hey, audience, you heard that. And this is one of our sponsors. These are the people who have ensured that this conference is coming to you free of charge. Thank you so much, Mr. Anyekpena. Do you have any last words before we draw this interview to a close?
Yes. So my last word for parents is this: the era of children being disadvantaged because of their locality or because of a particular school they are going to is over. With the coming of Tio, your child will get that teacher that he or she never had before. So Tio is education meeting AI.
Education meeting AI. So if a parent wants to reach out to you, what's that handle again? Your handle on Instagram?
Yes,
so that I'll
on
just
Instagram,
check it out. Yes,
Tio_AI.
Theo underscore
AI.
AI underscore AI. Yes.
T-I
Theo
double
is
O.
T-O-O. Yes, I got
No,
it.
T-I double O.
Yes, underscore AI.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can visit
That's
our
all.
website at helloteo.com.
Hello, Theo. helloteo.com. Thank you so much, Mr. Anyekpena. Thank you. Thank you. And audience, you heard him. Follow him and follow him at TIOO_AI at Instagram, and then helloteo.com. You would want to go quickly, as wise parents that you are, book that session immediately so that at lunch you will have to pay only $3.5 every month for the rest of your life. Is it not beautiful to be a part of TIP? Thank you so much, Mr. Anyekpena Undome. It was such a pleasure speaking with you. So let's run off to our next session, the last, final, grand finale, the anointing service of this conference. Tim, take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Chris Isweken. I'm a level 1 Yada from the ancient city of Benin, Edo State, Nigeria. Joining the TIP Inner Circle has been an awesome experience for me. Hello everyone, my name is Chris Isweken. I'm a level 1 Yada from the ancient city of Benin, Edo State, Nigeria. Joining the TIP Inner Circle has been an awesome experience for me, not just as a parent, but also as a husband and as a person generally. For me, I'm now better connected with my child, and this has helped me parent with ease. There's no more yelling and all that. However, this has been made possible because I've been equipped with practical tools to replace yelling and other daily connection tools that has helped tighten the bond between myself and my child. The system which the Inner Circle provides has helped me develop a parenting plan for my child. I no longer parent blindly or parent the way I was parented. I've also, with my wife, developed our family vision and mission and our family values, and these have been carefully crafted and displayed for every member of the family to see and work with. Now, I understand that parenting is about me, not my child. And in just 6 months being in the Inner Circle, I've created a peace plan for my family. I've learned how to better manage my time and my finances, including my emotion. I've built resilience. In fact, the list is endless. TIP Inner Circle is the place to be, and I hope to see you all in the yard. Thank you and stay blessed.